Alright, check this out. I think I got it figured out here, y'all. Yes, alright, guys. I think I got the ultimate proof right here. And terrarium's ultimate proof we live in a container. A sustainable biome that creates the water cycle by condensating on the side like a bottle or a pop can. In that closed container gets measurable gas pressure off the wildlife that you can put in it, or all the animals that little bugs and butterflies and things like that can survive in these things. They wouldn't have nowhere to go very far to have fun, but if we make one big enough, it wouldn't matter. Maybe over time they would adapt to the size, or we can get things that are small. We got small butterflies and moths. We can do it. My point being is this is right here. Only works when it's sealed. Otherwise, you don't get the water cycle and you don't get the rain. It literally makes rain. So, I wanted to look here at what the largest terrariums are. And I want to start with, uh, let's see if we can find some other smaller. Just get some ideas. Because this is what I want to do. And if anyone wants to be a part of it, feel free to donate. We got a P.O. box you can donate to, parts. Or I got plants or heirloom seeds, psychedelics, everything going in this sealed terrarium. How we're going to get into it? Underground from the outside. It's going to be a 24/7 monitor spirit. We can clean up. I would like to use the real ground and ground it to the earth and still have that connection directly to the outside of the dome from underneath. But I really want to get that connection, keep the soil from the poison that gets sprayed, and try to see what we can do with these heirloom seeds. So there's some small. The real terrariums are sealed like those two. Excuse me. Let's just see what extra large is on Amazon. Yeah, didn't think so. Those all can fit on the corner of a desk or a whole table. Let's see. I'm looking for something like in the description. I'm looking for. All right. So obviously these work, but not for what we're trying to do. The last thing that we have to accomplish, I need to look multi. Let's see if anybody else has done it. Images. File app. Whoa. Oh. Self-sustaining. They create the water cycle. Plants and animals continue to live in it as long as you give them sun. I'll leave it outside in partial sun because they will cook up being in glass. And you'll figure out how to do it. And maybe you want one that's kind of a desert like. You put cactus in it. Uh, Let me try season real quick. Hang on. What's a bioactive terrarium? That's a way to hang plants. That's just putting. There we go. Distinct ecosystems. Biome terrarium. This is might be what we're looking for. Somebody might be on it. I guess I can speed up too. Okay. So biome terrarium miniature representation of different ecosystems and natural environments within a single enclosed glass container. There we go. Run something. Making a successful biome terrarium requires carefully selecting plants and material to create the right conditions and habitats for each biome. Woohoo! So that's all we got to do is slowly work it into, boom, we in the sand now. I get it. We in a beach-like environment, the ocean, or the lake, whatever. No, we're going to make a giant, I think, now to think about it, cylinder, a giant flat earth model, small scale, with life. And I will look for all the different environments we're going to create, if possible. We got to get miniature animals for that, and maybe the biggest would go with something like chihuahuas, beavers, but still, I'd want this thing to be pretty big, break a record. And if we have to bulletproof glass or some type of tough plexiglass, something that can be, preferably something that can be easily patched like the firmament. You know what I'm saying? We got to come up with something that if somebody tries to mess with it, then we can fix it really quick. Well, let's see what they say. So planning an effort to give it a legal landscape. Plus, it'd be cool to be able to live in it. I might just live in it. My house be in it. I cook maybe a pot-belly stove or something like that. I cook on a fire inside it. That would be cool. I think, but I want to try to do that. Multi-biome. But I want a cylinder and I want a river in it and I want a beach, ocean-like beach on the far edge of it. I want it small scale, but huge. I don't know, like acres. So you obviously choose ideal plant substrates and hardscapes for each biome. We have to create building optimal conditions through lighting, humidity, temperature regulation. Selecting appropriate containers and lids. And look, it wouldn't even matter if I had to build this underwater. Like, I don't know if I could somehow do it in the ocean. So you got an arranging layer of materials, selecting appropriate containers and lids. See, they're saying containers, but they're probably going to connect them somehow. For the end, you'll have the knowledge and skill to craft a mesmerizing indoor landscape, showcase the biodiversity of nature within a single glass vessel. Okay. I mean, kind of. Desert plants. Well, so I got one like that now. Because you never know, somehow, maybe something will evolve quick into some sort of life. I mean, a lot of life just comes up and gets trapped within what you're putting in here. when you go and do it from the wild. Terrariums are cool. So there's oil and desert plants. Alright, let's keep going. I thought I got something else. But another thing we have to come up with, I would think, to get weather, is the wind starts from somewhere, but people don't know. They say it's the magnetic pull of the earth and the sun. They say it's hot and cold air hitting each other. The start of a wind isn't accurately explained, but you do have this theory, and I've always had this feeling like, just what if you see these? They may not be true videos of trees moving, but they probably could. And what if they're the lungs of the earth? They're breathing in and out somehow. So what if they don't show it? They have to be. Think about it. We create it by and something doing it. And if trees are really creating oxygen, and we're creating the carbon monoxide, if that is even close to where it comes from, which I still believe it is, that would mean they would have to be able to breathe right to blow it to make it go somewhere. I mean, is it just come off of them all the time? Have you ever heard of somebody detecting the levels of oxygen breathing, or here's how a tree breathes? But sometimes you see the ground, or you see, I don't know, I'm just thinking about it. And look at this theory. I always had this thing in my head, and now look, I didn't even thought to look it up. Force of complex, self-sustaining rain-making systems, a major drive of atmosphere circulation on Earth. That has a Macquarie with the Finland Nuclear Physics Institute. This is an interesting, controversial statement, termed the biotic pump theory, with multiple implications and ramifications. Put simply, traditional theory: trees grow when and where the winds bring the rain. Well, biotic pump theory: wind is created when air and rain is drawn toward where the trees are going. Drawn toward. At full display, we recognize this important role that trees played with regard to water retention and infiltration, and have discussed the topic here and here. The biotic pump theory suggests that there is more fundamental connection between trees and global climate and localized rainfall than previously understood. Traditional methodology claims that ocean evaporation is responsible for most of the atmospheric moisture that condenses in clouds falls as rain. However, this model does not take into account the role of vegetation in particular trees, which can act like water geysers. Tree roots capture water from the soil, photosynthesis, and microscopic pores, and the leaves release unsuited water vapor into the air. Well, there you go, oxygen. Uh, the process, sweating. I don't know. Let's keep going. That's something else I've always wondered. Do trees produce wind, or do trees move around because of the wind? Think about it though. Where does it come from? A lot of y'all, including me, never really asked that. We just know that it's there. I mean, obviously God, but how did He do it? Or it's the tree. Other things move because of wind. You haven't seen other things blowing around on a windy day. How exactly would a tree? Oh, that's stupid. Other things move around, but think about it though. See, there's not even much discussion on the possibility, but there's. Oh, photosynthesis, yeah. They're their roots. Everything breathes when you Google the breathe tree. Actually, that's what was in the suggested that people have been looking up. Do trees breathe through their roots? You see. Watch this. I forgot about this. You've seen this. That could be a possible example of what he was just talking about. The trees breathing. Waking up, Faye. Where was it? One more. Oh, windstorm. Okay, it could be the wind, but that's not the one. I thought there was Fisher. I'm sure there was one. But hey, put your thoughts in the comments. Please put your thoughts in the comments about how we do this. Real quick before I go. This is one of the largest terrariums in the military, or somebody did this. Before NASA did this, I'm sorry. So they build terrariums, public knowledge. Close to 15 people, it's not even reality. They got to live in it. 15 people. Completely independent of the outside world. Kind of like what I want to do. On board one of those. There's a billionaire, Edward Bass. Or Bass. 200 million. I don't care what it costs. I'm manifesting it. Unlimited credit. Let's see. Unlimited credit. What happened to Biosphere 1? You probably know Biosphere 1 better than Biosphere 2 because it's too much. It's much larger, has more plant species. You probably lived all your life. When you build Biosphere 1, simply our Earth, Biosphere 2, therefore middle Biosphere, so to speak, like close variants. Well, let's see, approximately huge area, 16,000 miles squared in size, volume more, right? Volume more than 204,000 meters squared, total more than 6,500 glass panes for use for this purpose. Cities enclose several biomes, includes savannah, small ocean, tropical rainforest, mangrove, swamp, desert, living quarters along with farmable grass for agriculture. Addition, more than 3,800 plant and animal species. Also contains several pumps, fans, filtration system to keep the conditions inside habitable. Which, fuck that. You know what you're doing. You don't need that. You want it to try to sustain itself without. Took 2 years. 8 people lived in Biosphere 2, the only two things. There were several tests before the experiment actually began. The real stress test did not start until September 26, 1991. No, I'm just kidding. I'm going to talk quiet. For exactly 2 years, 20 million to be exact, 8 people lived in Biosphere 2. The only two things they were supposed to get from outside sunlight and electricity. Why you wouldn't get electricity from outside on Mars, or whatever they claim. We got to be in a dome to live on Mars, but we're not in the dome here. Generated solar power. Anyway, close rain near hot water nutrients. Cook outside and heavily water nutrients form. All living beings can survive with close frames outside without problems. However, some problems arose that prevented it to this experiment. Gas molecules can also pass through tiny holes in solids, allegedly tap into oxygen. Well, plants also release other gas. We release gas. It disappeared from the dome much faster. This made breathing more stressless for the people. Well, they had filters from the outside, but anyway. Carbon dioxide, nitrogen content was also increased. We could do it. We need carbon dioxide. They claim they could not convert the carbon dioxide back to oxygen. Oh, look at another problem with the climate phenomenon. El Nino describes a periodic cycle of changes in ocean's currents off the coast of Mexico, the United States, approximately every 4 years. Warmer, colder conditions. During the experiment, it became significantly colder than normal, which resulted in lower crop yield. It could also happen near close to where I'm at home. Some animals suddenly lack their predators. This allowed them to spread unchecked. In the case of ice bear too, these were cockroaches and yellow spider ant in particular. Whoa. Maintained for 2 full years, it technically failed after 2 weeks. One of the participants sustained injury to her hand and had to leave the experiment briefly for treatment. When she returned to Biosphere 2, she took some tools from outside, which was the time and exchange of material that took place. Such a thing would not exist on another planet. With the experiment, it had actually failed. The second year, reinforced concrete became a major problem. Now it absorbed so much carbon dioxide, not enough oxygen can be converted, turning to the ecosystem and the oxygen that can be supplied from the outside. Hell no. 94 is another long-term experiment in Biosphere 2, but this one did not last 2 years, only 6 months. Reinforced with concrete did not arise. However, no new groundbreaking findings emerged either. I guess that's picture. Wow. Can we even do a quarter of that? Hell no. That's my dream. I don't care. I want to see somebody do that again and make it work. And I would love to be a part of it. Volunteer my time just to like. I've been making little ones and ones like that size and 2 of those, but I've never. Mm, man. Ooh, I don't know why I'm over here. I had to send that because that's a great article. Because you'll read the rest of this article, man. I don't want to be on here too long, so this will upload because they're trying to. The longer it is, the tougher they're making it. I don't know what's going on. But that's the largest jar. Nowhere near that. And it rains and everything. So we need to do something. This is probably what they tried to do to make a desert part. You get what I'm saying? Rainforest. And then here's something else. And probably some underground stuff. But it's somewhat sealed. They had air filters though. That's what I think. Check it out.